Well, hello there, Dukington here, and today we're playing Cities Skylines. This just came out on Steam a couple days ago. It is a Friday. How do I know that? Because I am a psychic man. Also, I've filmed this a few days before. So, this game is like SimCity. Everyone's going to be comparing it to SimCity because SimCity came out and it was such a big flop because of how bad the like digital rights shit was. The DRM was a nightmare and just terrible stuff. They did fix it in the end, and it turned out to be a pretty decent game at the end, but they have a bad launch like that. People remember. This game launched perfectly fine. No problems at all. I played it the first day it came out for like 6 hours. I built a pretty good city, which I am going to show you. Yeah, so it kind of ended up going bankrupt. Within these 20 minutes I was playing, so I'm just gonna load this previous one, hope it doesn't go bankrupt, and not do the same shit I did before. I'm not even actually sure what I did. It just started to go bankrupt. Excuse me, my throat is just like, no, I don't like that you're talking right now, so I'm just gonna make it difficult. Wow, this is taking forever to load. Okay, so this has fantastic integration with the Steam Workshop. I haven't actually tried to download anything now that I've think about having said that, but I mean, I can see all the stuff right there in the main menu, and it looks like it's not difficult. Steam Workshop usually works pretty well, and it's not difficult to use. And a lot of people have made a lot of cool things for this, and it's very exciting, and I'm going to cut now because I'm sick of watching this fucking bird. Okay, we've arrived! Now, here is Dukington. My first city I've ever made in this game. Some stuff's definitely been broken. Ooh. Let's just fix that real quick. Okay, there we go. So, I initially started with this plot here. It was about, you know, about this half. The Myrtle District was like the edge. And I had this whole square. If we zoom out, you can apparently buy, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I supposedly you can buy 9, but I've only got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So I think it's just based on population, how many more you get to buy. So I've kind of gone for a weird shape because I wanted to get some of these islands, and then I also wanted this oil field, which is low on power. These little icons are like abandoned building or building that burned down or whatever. I'm having a real hard time with fire service. I feel like sometimes the services just don't work, even though I have a shitload of them. Like if I show you this, where all these blue beams are fire stations, and you can see they're very generously placed right around in this area. And you can see, look, this fucking shit's burned down all the time, like all the time. And I don't understand because everybody's right nearby. I have almost maxed out my budget for fire. If we go over here, my fire department budget is 135%. It's 20,000 Canadian cents, or whatever that little symbol is. I think it's made up. So anyway, a few problems like that, but that's probably just me being dumb. So anyway, we started this initial area, and I built what was called Trashville, which is where all my trash is brought to. You can see I have several of these yards that are full. Is this one emptying? Finished. Oh boy. So this is where, on my last game, I deleted this, and then I went bankrupt immediately. So hopefully that doesn't happen this time. These are all trash burners, so yeah, it's pretty nice around here. Put in a strip mall just to kind of take people's mind off of the actual trash of Old Trashville. But that didn't really help much. This is all commercial in here. I upgraded this road. Oh, Jesus, the trains. What a nightmare, the trains. This suburbia here, which is looking okay. It's less suburbia now. It's kind of got a lot of these mid-range houses. Over here is a forestry where they grow logs, and they grow trees, rather, and then cut them down and take the logs all around the place. I recently gave them an exit out here onto the highway to carry their logs to other cities and whatnot. We got Farmington here, which is where the farming occurs. The rest of these are mostly just like districts for people. You can see here's a good section of my train system that is absolutely fucked. Like, I don't even know what's happening. this was before I really knew how these train lines worked, and I've accidentally built like a shitload of them, I guess, or my budget is just too high and there's too many trains. Anyway, the green ones are mine and the yellow ones are mine. I don't know where the red ones are coming from. I think it's because I hooked it into this like national line down here. This here takes it out of the city and stuff. So that was probably my bad. There's a metro system in place. Where's that? Okay, yeah, you can kind of see it there. It's like these green little lines, and these green like shooting green light things are like stations. So that's all connected, and there's some trains there. They don't do very well. My buses are terrible. I only have like 2 bus lines, so they are shit. The train doesn't do very well. I don't know what that is, a boat, I guess? Doesn't do overly well either, and neither does this expensive airfield that I built. Airport, rather. Victoria Airport, because it was called the Victoria District when I placed the district, and I was like, I'll just change it to airport. Districts are a cool thing in this. You get this little drawing tool, so you can just kind of draw districts. Like if we just go over here, we can just... Oh, well, I can't do it there because I don't own that, but we can just draw a new district here. It'll give it a name. Valley District. Well, that's dumb. We don't like it, so we're just going to go ahead and delete it. You can rename the districts. Also, they have this cool thing. So if we go down here and look at old Trashville, policies, you can set different things just for this district. So I have smoke detector distribution in most of my districts that have housing, or in this case, because it's filled with garbage, and I don't want any garbage to set fire to, or catch fire, rather. Recycling, and all these things do kind of what you think they would. You've got even more things here if you want to get real fancy about getting businesses to arrive. Same thing with this one. And I've tried a few of those, and they kind of work, and they kind of don't. Well, at least for me. This one is like a... This district is giving tax cuts to offices, because all these are offices. And this Tweety Bird here is like a fake Twitter, where people will like message you stuff and say like, oh, there's no water here, I'm so thirsty, or help me, my cat's stuck in a tree, where's the fire department, stuff like that. And you know, I don't know where the fire department is, except that they're fucking everywhere, and I don't know how you've managed to burn your house down. Because all my people are very well educated, which means they should be less likely to set a house on fire. See, as you can see here, they are quite educated. I got a bunch of schools here. You can see there's couple gaps in coverage, mostly on this end because it's a newer district, but I don't know. I guess I need to put more budget in schools. So you've got all your basic city builder things. You got, you know, power, you've got water. Let's talk about power first really quick. I've got all the power stations because you need them to get a monument. So we've got this is oil, this is a nuclear power plant which I put out here on its own little island. There's solar farm. Where the hell's that? There it is. There's a solar farm. Just there. We've got a coal plant here. A lot of windmills next to this coal power plant, so there you go. Coal power plant. Is this a coal power? Yeah, I got 2 of those apparently. I really don't need those anymore. I could get rid of them because that nuclear power plant does so much. As you can see, half my factory district is like abandoned because there's not enough jobs. Apparently I need to... we'll do that after. Here's water sewage treatment. Before I had sewage treatment, this was disgusting. It kind of still is. It's kind of this dark, murky brown, but it was like shit brown before. Now it's just a regular kind of weird color. So that's... Oh no, I have this one too. These are really cool, the hydro power plant. So how these work are you have it like this, and you can kind of draw it across, and it will just kind of place it down. So that's actually going to give me a lot of power if I did that, 64 milliwatts. But they are ridiculously expensive, and I don't want more than one in the same river, because as you can see, it literally dams the river, and the water does react with the, you know, stuff around it. Oh, so I don't know how well these are working anymore. Not very well, because I've taken most of the water out of this river. I could see the bottom now. I couldn't see the bottom before. Also, I'm pumping out of all water here. These are the water pumps. These are the only way to get water. You can build these water towers, but I don't think they make as much. Yeah, these take 60,000 a week, and these do 120,000, and their upkeep is the same price, and they're also cheaper. So I don't know why you wouldn't do those if you, unless you were not near water, I guess. But the only time you would do that. So yeah, we talked about that. Water, and you connect all these things with water pipes too, just like old school SimCity, except it's really easy. It gives you this big, like if I just do this, you can see it gives you this big coverage thing, and it automatically just hooks up to all the other houses after that. So you kind of just line the streets with them, and it works fine. Same thing with the power. There's grids. You can connect the grids together like we just did a minute ago with the wires. If you're building everything together like I have down here, like all these power plants and wind solar farms are hooked into this big section, so there aren't any wires there. There's some that go across here, because obviously there's a gap in the buildings. Same with all these places, and same with the nuclear power plant over there. The garbage, as you can see, the garbage is mostly focused around old Trashville. You can see all the places where it's being picked up. We're incinerating. We have plenty of space to incinerate, I guess is what that means. Our landfill storage is 333... What am I talking about? That's 33 million. Our capacity is 120 million. So we've not really filled anywhere near our max landfills. I've got one over here. This is Great Garbage Island, which is a lovely place to live. There's no houses here because nobody wants to live at Great Garbage Island. Filled with incinerators, filled with landfills. 2 cemeteries, because people die in this. We're going to get to that next, actually. And old Trashville is slowly being replaced because it's kind of in the middle of the city. Bit dangerous. Not the best place to have your trash. Hopefully this will all be rejuvenated soon. There's kind of a downturn right now. Next we've got the health services. So we've got some around here. This area is really bad. Don't know why, just really bad. There's not a goddamn single health service over here. So I think we're going to put one in. We're going to put in a nice big hospital because I'm fucking really wealthy and can afford it. So there we go. Put in that nice house. Not nice house. That nice hospital, rather. So you can see our capacity for sick people and then all our average health and how many people are actually sick at the time. I think people are really sick over here because they live next to a coal power plant, which I should probably close down. So let's just close this down. Off you go there. Goodbye. Now those people are all happy. They're like, oh my god, I can breathe and I'm not dying. They really appreciate that. So we've also got the cemeteries, which you can see I've dotted around. Some cemeteries. There's also some crematoriums. As grim as it sounds, they are more efficient and work better than the cemeteries because I think they send out fewer hearses in the cemeteries, which is why I placed a lot of cemeteries. But the crematoriums can take a lot more volume, and sometimes it can get really bad, especially if you have a string of fires like this. So in houses where you see the skull and crossbones, like there and there, that means there's a dead person inside waiting to be picked up and moved. I probably have 100 million goddamn hearses, and I probably have 10,000 garbage trucks. If you actually go to my Steam profile and look at my screenshots, there is a picture of my garbage truck fleet crossing this bridge. We should also talk about some of the transportation stuff next. The police and fire are... I have built like 2 police stations and it's been completely fine. I've built one here, there, and just there, and I've had no problem with crime at all. And the fire, you know, has not been the best. Obviously need to build a lot more fire stations, and anyway, we're talking about transport now. So I noticed in here was where I built... My first mistake was right here. I built this, and these are both one way, by the way, so this brings you in and this brings you out. And I was like, oh, people are going to want to go around it, so I just put this bit on the bottom. Big mistake. Got these little streets here. As you can see, those logging trucks from over there are coming down these tiny streets along with tons of farm equipment to get out onto the highway. Why farm equipment needs to go onto the highway, I have no idea. I should have built, and I might build, a highway right in around here. Just kind of bring it right through. That takes you right out onto the big highway. Now, highways will create noise pollution. That's a whole other thing. So let's slow down and get to this first. Right, so this is a goddamn nightmare. And then to make it worse, I was like, oh, I'll put a roundabout down here, and I'll put in this weird two-way entrance, because I can't make it any bigger. So I did that. It looks like shit. It's actually flowing quite well right now around the roundabout, because I put in this highway to kind of just, if people are coming in, and I figured, oh, they'll just go down and take the highway to get further into the city. There is a tiny bridge here that I never intended to be used for heavy shipping, but it's used for that all the time. I think the problem is, if I put in a freight train station over here somewhere, that would work a lot better. Because I think these guys are trying to take their shit down here to the, oh my god, to the port. As you can see, it is filled. People are unloading goods to be taken out of the city. And we make a lot of donuts here, some hot dogs, yeah. So I don't know what that is, ice cream or dildo machines or something. And we got all kinds of manufacturing, although we've kind of gone the way of Cleveland and Detroit because half of our industry is now gone. It is 2030, and it used to be pretty profitable. I still make an ass ton of money, so I don't know. Shouldn't really be complaining. And once I put in all the garbage truck things, I was like, oh, the garbage trucks have no way to get over to this part of the city without going through this absolute hellhole of a fucking series of streets that I built. So I built these crazy fucking ramps for it to get around, which has actually worked quite well. I did the same thing over here with Great Garbage Island. There's just a bunch of bridges that shoot right into the city. So this, if you go this way, you can go right around and get into the city. It works really well. And I've had no problems with the garbage pickup since then. Then I realized this was starting to get pretty bad. Like, it looks okay now. It's a lot better than it was. This area is still a mess. Oh, it's terrible. So I put the metro in, which I showed you. We've got the trains in, which I told you are very broken. You can see here, it's just kind of, I don't know, messed up. Passenger service last week, 0. Did something wrong there. Not really sure what. It took a lot of effort to get these crazy train bridges in. I built this one train line in way before the rest of the city was there. And they don't like it because it's too loud. And over here we've got the airport. A train, you could get a train into the airport as well. I almost never see trains over here. Oh, there's a couple. Got a nice plane there. Good camera work there by me, thank you. Okay. Office district. This is the oil district. Jesus, excuse me. Which is not growing very well. Don't know why. No demand for any industry, really, around here. So we've got all that transport shit. You put parks in just like SimCity to increase land value. So I've I've dotted in a lot of parks. I've dotted in a lot of parks. Did I just have a stroke? And got a lot of land value out of it. So in this section, which I really like, unique buildings, you have monuments, which you get for doing various things around the city, like building all the service buildings, or building all the something or other, or doing something with that and this. And so I've unlocked Statue of Shopping, which I'd like to put down somewhere in here. Oh, right in the middle would be fantastic. It's actually very loud, this thing. I think we'll put it there. Oh yeah. Look at that. The fuck is it? Beautiful, that's what. So we've got... all the signs are in English in this, by the way. SimCity, everything in SimCity is in Simish, mostly. I think. Except for when you click on stuff. You can do that in this one too. You can click on things and rename them. You can click on, like, people and rename them. You can click on, like, oh, we got Thomas Wright here. Well, I don't like that name. We're going to call him Dick Smoke. There we go. His name's Dick Smoke now. I've just, as the mayor, forced him to change his name. We've got, there's a park. You know, there's, what the fuck is this? It's some sort of accessory to the park. Yeah, I don't know why this land value is so wealthy, because there's a train line that goes overhead with about 40,000 trains every 5 seconds. But, the transportation hasn't been a big problem. There's some demographics we can look at. So yeah, all my unique buildings are over here mostly, because this is the fanciest part of town that I have. So we've got Expo Center, Stadium, Museum, fucking I don't know what this is. Science Center, great. Center for Science, we've got like 3 universities in this town, believe it or not. There's one here. Oh, that's a hospital. There's one... Oh, I guess I didn't build that one because it was an old save. Okay, here's one. There you go. So yeah, let's build a new district just to show you how that works. If we go down here, we got roads, many selections of roads. Can't build any zoning off these big highways. But you can off these little... whatever the hell these are. You want to make the grass ones, the ones lined with trees, because they dampen noise a lot more than the regular ones. Ooh, oh, that's fine. Don't even worry about it. No problem. So, in this area, I'm going to build another... just to make it easier for the rest of the building to occur. I'm going to build it... Oh god, what's... Just... No. I just... There we go. Beautiful. Now, if we just put in some more, we want to try to get as many squares in as possible. As you can see, I'm putting these down, and there's like these little squares coming up on the sides of the road. Adjustment there. So there. That'll be good for now. We're going to make sure it's connected to the water. Just going to bring it down pipe, and here, and here, and here, and just back in. Then we'll hook this around. Hook this other one up. And then another. What? Space already occupied. Fuck you. Okay. Now it should be powered. Might not be. Because of the gap. Anyway, we're going to build some industry. Some residential. We're going to put in... Residential is definitely going to be here in the back. There's like 3 or 4 ways you can do this with the zoning. You can do the paint can, where you just straight up click on the squares like this. There's a single tile one, which is inefficient. There's a paintbrush, a small one, and then there's a larger paintbrush, which is kind of fun. So there you go, just kind of paint it right in. We're going to just even it out, because fucking Jesus Christ if I didn't do a good job. Looks like shit. So there we go, they got all that in there. We're going to put some commercial just right in here to even it out, because people like to shop and buy shit they don't need. These people are going to have a hell of a commute if they have to work in one of those offices over there. Let me tell you. So there you go, that's how you build a new area and zone it, and they'll eventually come along and build houses here. As you can see, there's not very much demand for anything at the moment. There's a low demand for residential and a low demand for commercial. So if we're lucky, we'll see somebody come along and build some stuff here. And I think what I'm going to do is bring over... There we go. I'm going to bring this down over the train line, over like this, and in. Ah, somebody's building there. Ah, somebody's building here. Oh, they put some businesses in the middle of the highway there. So there we go, it's starting to build some stuff. Lovely, lovely. So yeah, I mean, that's the basics of City Skylines. I had a lot of fun building this city. I probably need to start a new one. I was just trying to get to the final goal of 65,000. I think that's the final goal. People. People have built right along the train tracks. Some prime real estate there. I'll just show you the noise thing really quick. So you can see some of these parts of the city are quite noisy. Even though there's trees in here, I think commercial buildings just generate noise. Train line, obviously. Train station, very loud. Anywhere there's a train line, very loud. Farming equipment, very loud. Tree cutting, very loud. In here, I've managed to cut the sound quite a bit by putting in the tree-lined streets, like I told you about. Same thing with this suburb here. This is industry, so obviously it's going to be loud. Same thing over here. This is just a mess in the middle because of the train station. So there you go. That's how the noise works. As long as you can dampen it near and around the houses, it's fine. So yeah, that's City Skylines. If you want to see more of this, let me know, because I'm having a lot of fun playing it. I'd love to do a series of it for you guys. If you're interested in picking up City Skylines, please do visit my Game Fan shop, where you can get it for like around $8 or $9 cheaper than if you were to buy it on Steam. And my voice is obviously about to quit out on me. So yeah, you should go down there, check it out. There's a deluxe edition for like $28 American, United States dollars, and $21 or $22 for the standard edition, which is I think what I've got. So please do check that out. Check out some other games on my shop there. I've got some recommendations up. And I thank you very much for watching. Link in the description for the shops and whatnot. And I will see you next time. Thank you very much. Goodbye!